Welcome, one and all, to Squirrels and Robots, episode 158. Thank you, Jorge, Health Potion, John, Bill, Justin. There's a lot since the last podcast. And yeah, it's been a while, but here's the thing. As far as this podcast goes, right, with Steve and Pumpkin Guy covering news throughout the week on Twitch multiple times, it kind of doesn't make any sense for us to repeat ourselves to folks that have already heard most of the content that has already been posted. I like repeating myself. Yeah, well, I don't. I like repeating myself. Dude, space is the essence of a carrot-faced waffle iron. Okay? Just saying. Right. So, since we've been on a bit of a holiday from the podcast, a new BabyMetal album has been released. It was like 2 months ago. Oh, jeez. Also, BabyMetal got a new official third member, Metal. What? Yes, the Trinity is complete, and the trifecta of J.i.M goodness has returned in all its glory. Hold up. So, BabyMetal has Sue-Metal, the goddess of all things, yes. Mo-Metal, yes, super cute. And now, Momo-Metal. Correct! So there's Sue-Metal, Mo-Metal, and Momo-Metal. Yes! Oh my god. Now they're not just Mo-Metal, they're Mo-Metal! Exactly! It's brilliant! Is it? So, well, alright. How was their new album? Well, I mean, it was alright. Not their greatest, honestly, but as a whole, I think it's pretty decent. But not great. Well, I mean, it kind of lacked those, really fun songs like Gimme Chocolate and Doki Doki Morning, and, those kind of vibes are not theirs, as the album is a bit more mature. So, boring. Well, no, I mean, the music is very heavy and such, it just, doesn't have those exceptional standout tracks. Bands can mature, Yeah, as long as they're not boring. Adulthood is boring. Life is better when you wake up only to watch cartoons, play games, and eat really large bowls of cereal you probably shouldn't be eating right out of the box. Well, yeah. Well, moving on. American McGee's Alice, according to a recent Patreon post, is officially dead, as EA decided to pass on developing the third game, Alice Asylum. Well, that's not good. Unfortunately, McGee apparently was so dismayed at the continued inability for EA to move forward on the project that McGee decided to just stop trying. Well, how do you mean? Well, essentially, and I'm paraphrasing the Patreon post, McGee said that even if EA does move forward with the game at some point in the future, he doesn't want to be part of it. Wow, that's sad. EA must have hurt them bad in the feels. Yeah, well, here's the thing. McGee, of course, probably had to sign over rights to the IP to EA, back in the day. And now that McGee wants to actually do something with it, the intellectual property is essentially locked in EA legalities until, EA feel like making a game. So, even though American McGee is the creator of that world, concept, character designs, and all that, they can't do crap with it. Corporations are just awful, EA also cited, and I'm paraphrasing the Patreon post, that the Alice IP is an important product in their portfolio, but they feel due to the current industry climate that it would not be worth working on. I would buy it. Twice. Well, I don't think that would be enough. 3 times, then. Folks, here's the thing. If you're a creative person, do not assign over the rights to your work to some large company. If you have to, make sure there is a clause in your contract that if the IP is sitting idle for a certain amount of time, all rights revert back to the creator. And of course, make sure they don't pull some, well, we're still working on something, but it's in pre-production kind of crap. No, if there is a gap between content for more than 12 months, rights revert, okay? Well, what if it's a series, making episodes takes a long time. Then shorts should be made in the off-season, okay? Done. Look, American McGee's Alice came out around, 1999? The second in, 2008. That's almost a 10-year gap between those 2 games. Now, since Alice Madness Returns, it's been 15 years. EA, you're telling me in 15 years you couldn't let McGee make some sort of game? Pixel art, Metroidvania, similar to Blasphemous maybe? Smaller budget, keeps the IP active and alive, and at least it puts out something for the fans. That would have been a good thing to do, Now look, since 1999, bro, we're talking almost 25 years. If you played that game when you were like 10, you're like 35 now, okay? So what EA did is essentially let a cult fan base grow old and not allow them to have access to a franchise they probably would have spent money on over the years, okay? For me, being a fan of the series, we basically bought all we could afford to at the time, like games, figures, books, probably have a shirt or two in storage. But now, for fans who have been waiting over a decade for something, EA, you gotta be good to the fans. Even the quirky cult niche audience that may or may not be a huge profit, okay? Sometimes just the goodwill of investing in a beloved franchise is worth more than the few bucks you might make on that project. So, now, EA, screw you! If you're gonna withhold the creation from the creator, no, not buying anything from EA. Like, I'm gonna look for your label, and if it is on something I may consider buying, I'll probably pass, merely because your business practices in this instance, assuming it's true, has been dreadful, disrespectful, and honestly, psychologically harmful to the creator from my perspective. So, creatives, again, hold on to your own work. The corporate juggernauts that exist are still functioning like freaking legacy media, and we all need to move past that. Now, with all that being said, going indie is a lot harder. There's a lot less money, but the work you create is your own. It's yours, so keep that in mind. Even for us, it's an uphill struggle every day. But, damn it, we are ours, okay? Yeah, I own myself. It's kind of sad. I mean, if I were EA, I'd put together some sort of Alice project for McGee to work on, Pixel art and Metroidvania, roguelike, may not be the ideal project for McGee, right? But at least it would be something, like Bloodstained Ritual of the Night did well and Blasphemous was an excellent game, I think it could be done if the right devs were on board. I find it sad that the business of gaming was so toxic that it literally pushed the creator away from their own creation. Yeah, well, business. Speaking of, Justin Roiland, officially on paper and due to the process of the legal system, Justin Roiland has been cleared of any wrongdoing in the particular instance that they were accused of. He did the voice for Rick and Morty and other things. Yeah, for those who don't know, Justin Roiland had a hand in Rick and Morty, Solar Opposites, and the game High on Life, as well as other things. Now, before I get into this, I generally have to state, for the reactionary morons who like to choose sides and automatically think I'm trying to defend a particular individual, here it goes. I don't care about Rick and Morty. I don't care if it gets renewed, voices change, or if it ceases to exist. I don't care about the games this guy makes. I found High on Life to be very tedious as far as dialogue goes. Solar Opposites, hey, never watched it, never will, don't care. I don't know Justin Roiland and have no interest in his existence other than example of how society reacts to an individual accused of something before any investigation even happens. So I do not care about this person at all. His existence to me is a neutral. He can exist or he cannot, and I go about my day. What I do care about is how a handful of companies dropped someone merely because they were accused of something, okay? Happened to Johnny Depp, Marilyn Manson, both of which had their cases resolved or dropped. Depp was let go from a bunch of movies and projects. Manson was allegedly dropped from their record label. So in Roland's case, now that, on paper and through due process, they were found innocent of all charges, what happens now? Do these companies backtrack and rehire him? Or do they not do anything, which seems to be the case, as I have not heard crap from anybody who worked with this person since, January of 2023? Yeah, in America, I thought you blokes had that innocent until proven guilty sort of thing, But it seems to be quite the opposite for some reason. Public opinions, override any facts in a case, and, no company wants to put themselves out on a limb to help some, person who may or may not be innocent. Well, they don't have to, honestly. All they have to do, and should do, is put their accused party in a state of limbo, a hiatus for the time being until everything is resolved. And if the person is found guilty, screw them, they're out, let them go. If they're innocent, welcome back. That's how this should work. But everyone just overcorrects so much when it comes to stuff like this. It's embarrassing. It's not logical. And the sad thing is, society doesn't even follow up on these stories. So the last anyone has heard from Roiland is, oh, they were accused of something bad. What a schmuck. Yeah. Hello? Yeah, I mean, it is kind of sad. I mean, didn't they get rid of Johnny Depp for, the third Fantastic Beast movie because of accusations? I don't know, I think so. I think that's why it didn't do good. They just changed people and they're like, oh, they look different now, deal with it, it's magic. I don't like that. Yeah, so folks, I know it's super fun to jump on the hate bandwagon when it comes to accusations, but you gotta consider, someone may actually be innocent, okay? They might be innocent, and you just ruin their life. Yeah, and this is why we don't interact with humans anymore. Yep, staying the hell away from humans has its advantages. I do enjoy not being around people. Whatever. Folks, companies, you gotta allow for due process, alright? Y'all complain about how people were treated in history during the witch trials, inquisitions, and all that, assuming you've learned about them in school. But you're literally doing the same thing. History is repeating itself. Yep. No progress made by humans in 1,000 years. So sad. Yeah, whatever. So, other than that, E3 is officially canceled, so that's dead. Yeah, E3 has been kind of on its last legs for the last few years, Pandemic, and it's all janked up, and the events, nobody knows what's happening. Star Wars stuff happened, I don't care. I generally don't care. May the 4th, Revenge of the 5th, go to hell. Freaking Star Wars, God. I'll still like The Mandalorian. It's okay, I just don't care about the universe anymore. I don't care. I don't care about your midi-chlorian counts, okay? I don't care about your Baby Yodas or your CGI Skywalkers, okay? I don't need deep fake Mark Hamill running around my future universe, whatever. All right, since I have literally zero interest in talking about pop culture crap, here's what we're doing with the podcast moving forward. Oh, we're moving forward? Maybe. I don't know. It's going to be random because generally I am at this stage of, I want to say all-around apathy with society in general, that I'm just like, bro, I can't deal with you right now. But, apply to the planet. So, politics, news, pop culture. Bro, the pumpkin covers it. Steve kind of covers it. He's so drab. He is a dark thing, yes. So, I don't know. It's going to be random. It's going to be random. So don't be like, dude, where's the new podcast, man? I've been waiting forever. I don't know. We got other stuff to work on, man. We got rants. We got cartoons. We got Twitch streams. We're going to try to experiment with stuff. Comic book. Oh, yes, the second issue is really close to being done, we swear. I think we're 21 pages done and my fingertips hurt. Oh, God. Yeah, so, I don't know. It is what it is. Podcast, again, will be random. If something particularly aggravates me, and it's really got to aggravate me at this point. So, here's the phony equation for me giving a crap. 1, I have to care about it. Well, that's kind of like not many things. Yeah. 2, something must have happened, so odd, with that thing that I care about, that I feel I need to express something. I mean, if you don't care about anything, then you don't really get invested in anything, so therefore you do not care. Exactly. How about we replace you with the Hatter? And the Hatter can come in and be all like, oh, expletives, and you, another bad word, and then throws things around and talks about, Samuel L. Jackson and that girl with the big butt. Yeah, I guess. Probably get more listeners. Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm going to wrap up my part in this, and I don't know. Just wait for the next podcast to come up and see what happens. All right. I mean, fair enough. You didn't want to put energy into something that is, 1, not paying off, or 2, is actually aggravating the hell out of you, apparently. It's not a matter that I'm aggravated. I'm actually just fed up. Like the last couple of years, bro, you got no idea how tedious it's been putting up with society. Holy crap, man. Dude, it's like I can't take it. Between cancel culture and woke people and everybody shouting at everything all the time. People think I'm negative? Holy crap, bro. You guys are living in misery and you don't even realize it. Yeah, the world is rather toxic, But whatever. Hey, new Hives album is coming out sometime soon, so, hey, that's something that I'm looking forward to. Oh, now you care, all of a sudden, music, oh, look, the Hives are coming out with a new album. Meanwhile, you're like, oh, BabyMetal, here we go again. Bailey gonna talk about, Sue Metal and Mo Metal and all the other metals, and shut up. God, you're one of those people now. You're one of those people that are making this tedious. Am I? Yes, You know, blind fandom. You just rant and rave about the stuff that you like. Like you got some kind of weird chemical imbalance that can only be, mitigated with cute anime toys or something. Well, it does help. I like sugar. Okay. All right, whatever. I don't know. Go find something to enjoy. I'm gonna try that myself, just because, I don't know, stuff is kind of miserable. We did get to watch Cocaine Bear, the movie about a bear who eats cocaine and goes on a killing rampage. That was okay. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. Little bit better than middle of the road, but kind of middle of the road. There was that scene with the thing in the middle of the road. I'm not gonna say nothing. You go watch it. Okay. All right. Later, everybody. We'll pop up when we pop up. Okay. But we gotta work on a lot of cartoon stuff. We got additional things we're trying to get off the ground. IRL stuff that we're trying to keep duct taped together. Yeah. What is it? It's like the world is just topsy turvy. It's crazy. How much does a motorhome cost? Like, I'm gonna buy a hot dog vendor and just sell hot dogs. Let's go. Who wants a hot dog? Oh! Well, yeah, so we shall return when we shall return. And not for nothing. Sometimes we're just like, oh, I'm fed up with stuff. And, we don't do anything for about 3 days. And then we're like, oh, let's do this again. So, it's gonna be a mystery. It's gonna be a surprise. You're gonna be there just having your subscription there. Oh, no, there's nothing happening. For maybe a week, maybe 3 weeks, maybe half a year. And then all of a sudden, bam, new episode. I don't feel like that's a consistent way to put out content. Dude, we're putting out consistent content for 20 years. We're good. Cartoons every other week. Pumpkin Guy and Steve stuff all the time. God. Oh, and we're also releasing the HD versions of the classic Neurotically Yours series on Itch and Gumroad. The first couple of volumes are now available. Go get them so we don't have to sell hot dogs during the summer in a park. I feel like that would be a very peaceful existence. Yeah, but then you smell like hot dog water, mate. All day, over steaming hot things, tiny little children saying, I want more ketchup. Well, who puts ketchup on a hot dog? You slap that child if they ask for that. I don't think it's a good business practice to slap a child who wants, ketchup on a hot dog. It's weird. It would be a coin toss. I would toss a coin. Heads, I slap you in the face. Tails, I'll do what they ask. They do make double-sided coins, right? Oh, mate. Later, everyone. Thanks for supporting. Yes, we are still doing many things. Podcast will be random, though. Keep that in mind moving forward. Random, keeping it random. Like eating shoes, then a pizza, and then drinking a marshmallow sandwich. With a blender blade. Sticking in your eyeball. Spinning around. Making you dizzy because you fell down. Yeah, right, man.